Okay, Joe.
Never know.
Turn on recording. Okay. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the November 21st, 2022 Board of Trustees meeting. First order of business tonight is to do a roll call. When I say your name, say here or present. Jeff Dobbin.
Here.
Pat O'Rourke.
Here.
Carolyn Greenwald.
Here.
Susan Ainsley.
Here.
Ronnie Hardaway is here too. Thank you all. The next item on our agenda is a public comment period. There are no public inside the building with us. Is there anyone online who wants to make a public comment about a subject that's not on tonight's agenda? Seeing no hands, hearing nothing, I would move that we close the public comment period. Need a second?
Second.
Susan seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the public comment period is closed. The next agenda item is to approve our minutes from November 7th, 2022. Was everyone here for that, Jody? Okay. So we all can vote. I will move that we approve the draft minutes for November 7th, 2022 for the Board of Trustees.
Second.
Susan, did you second? Sorry. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussions, questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the minutes are approved as final. Thank you, Jody. Okay. It's a little bit before 7:35. Maybe we'll wait a second just in case someone joins late. So how's everyone doing?
We're not homeless.
You like me? Yeah, I am homeless, but I'm enjoying it. My homeless spot has a spa pool. Whoa.
Your electric got approved today?
That's
sir.
glad to hear that.
Electric permit for 9 Dart Drive?
Oh, okay.
That's good.
9 Dart Drive.
Well, we snuck over this weekend when there was no work going on, and we peeked in. They have the appliances there. The only thing that looked like it wasn't hooked up was the refrigerator, and they're probably waiting for the water to be turned on to get the ice maker connected and everything. So we got a message from our soon-to-be landlord and our property manager, and everything's on track. Maybe by the end of November, we can start moving in, probably the first week in December. That depends. He's still got to go through inspections, and this guy will usually approve everything, but.
And you'll be tough, right?
I can,
That's, make sure it's safe.
general discussion comment.
Oh, what?
My general discussion comment for today is I would like to thank Jody for taking excellent notes and getting our minutes to be accurate on November 7th in particular.
Thank you.
What are you really saying, Karen?
That is what I'm saying. I read the minutes and I thought that they were quite accurate. And I've noticed that very often your minutes are quite accurate.
I think our.
I appreciate that.
Though, Jody, right? We can go, you can go back and, hey, did they really say that? Yeah, we really did.
Yeah, I've had people tell me they didn't say stuff where I can go back and say.
Before you say that, go back and watch the video to be sure Jody knows.
Well, we did, though, stop doing Timmy, where we record and what we were paying for, because we used to have to do verbatim during COVID and all that, and now that we don't have to, we're not paying for Timmy anymore. But we still record, so.
Still record. Yeah, I think that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
we're gonna
We'll keep
save us
doing
some
that.
money.
We'll keep doing that. It's relatively painless these days. Okay.
Lisa, where are you?
I'm in Maine.
How's the weather?
It's fine. It's just kind of cold. I mean, it's freezing, but I think we were spoiled by all our warm weather. It's taking a little bit more adjustment this year, but it's been beautiful here, actually.
You'll be there
no
through Christmas.
snow, nothing, no complaints whatsoever.
Are you gonna be there through Christmas?
No. We always do Christmas in Ithaca. I have a fireplace in Ithaca. I only
Okay.
have a wood stove here. I need a fireplace to hang the stockings.
Gotcha.
Santa doesn't come otherwise, So,
Oh.
yeah, no, we'll be back in the first week or so of December.
Safe travels. Stay warm.
Yeah.
Okay. I will move that we open the public hearing for proposed local law H 2022, amendment to Village of Lansing Code subdivision of land. So with this, we'll be discussing this.
Second.
Susan seconds. Okay, so let's discuss this. Any issues or questions about the local law H? I don't see any public, so there's no one to ask for public hearing. Do you think this is significant enough to hold it open for another meeting, since we have no one tonight?
No,
I don't think you need to.
I don't think so either.
ready?
It's pretty straightforward. Well, if there are there's no discussion or no questions, I will move that we close the public hearing for proposed local law H. I'll need a second.
I'll second. Just give Susan a break. Heavy
I
load
don't-
over there.
I don't want to always be a yes
I think you
person.
should always be the second. It's great, then we know where it's going.
Is that my job? This seat is the second.
Okay, I guess
Whoever sits there.
Resolution to adopt it?
the next thing we have to do is a resolution to adopt proposed local law H. Would someone like to move this one?
The amendment to the Village of Lansing Code subdivision of land, and it will be adopted as local law 10/2022.
I so move.
I'll second.
What was the number?
Local law 10.
Local law 10, 2022. Okay, thank you. So is there any discussion about this resolution? Seeing none, hearing none? All those in favor of adopting proposed local law H as local law 10, 2022, amendment to Village of Lansing Code subdivision of land, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, abstaining? It's done. So it's.
2 more minutes.
Yeah, we've got 2 more minutes again, so where did we fall off? What's going around the table? What's going on?
I invented a stuffing recipe tonight.
A what?
A stuffing recipe. I
You
invented it.
Are you
I invented
sure?
it. I read a book where this woman didn't want to divorce her husband. Actually, I don't know, maybe it was in Modern Love Column, because of his golden raisin stuffing. And so I wanted to make golden raisin stuffing, but all the golden raisin stuffings are bacon, and it's very controversial to put bacon in stuffing. A lot of people think it's like the overpowering flavor, so I wanted to make a non-bacon golden raisin stuffing. So I adopted the New York Times one where that guy read, he's like, I tried 20 recipes, here's my stuffing recipe. I kind of riffed off his recipe and added the golden raisins, and it's a sourdough with cornbread, fennel, golden raisin stuffing. I've never invented a recipe before. It's delicious. It does not really taste that traditional, though.
You never rip off?
Riff.
Oh, okay. You adapt and
Well,
adopt.
that's what riff means, yeah. Anyway, so if anybody wants my golden raisin sourdough fennel stuffing recipe,
it could
I will
be the
share it.
I send it to us.
I'll send it
And the
around.
Village of
It could be the village stuffing recipe. Oh, I've never village cookbook? I read an article for the. There you go. Newsletter.
Put it in the
I'll
newsletter.
submit it for next year's Thanksgiving newsletter.
Okay, there you go.
Can I submit it now so I don't forget?
I can start it up, sure.
Okay,
Okay, is that enough time?
thank you, Carolyn. That was a delicious way to transition into the next public hearing.
Oh, I already tasted it. It's really
Not
delicious.
you.
Oh, yeah, what other people think. I know, and does it go with turkey? Those are important questions. Yes, I don't know.
Okay, it is 7:40, and we need someone to move public hearing. No, I'm sorry. Now we need to open the public hearing for proposed local law I, 2022, amendment to the Village of Lansing Code, Chapter 75, Uniform Fire Prevention and Building Code, Administration and Enforcement. So I will move that.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? I had some notes that I sent around. If it's okay with everyone, we can just say that those are friendly amendments to that and let it go. And Natalie kindly answered my question. I was going to ask tonight, Mike, about the fees for violations, and just that they seem to be in line with everyone else, so $250 per day per violation.
These are the minimum standards, and the minimum standards suggest $1,000, which you can't go above that. You can't really go above that, but without getting permission from the state. As you can see from what Natalie passed around, it varies. We're at 250. Ithaca sometimes has 100 or 250, depending on the violation.
Okay,
So,
yeah, but so it's in line. I just wanted to be sure that
to be honest, I've written remedy. Never had to, luckily, knock on wood, never had to go to the court system or have the fines of, violation. From what Jody said,
I did find one.
Marty did find one.
Who do you think it was against?
I only have one test, so I don't want to say.
Arrowwood.
That's an easy.
I was looking through the folder to find him information, and there was a time that we charged him $250 a day for a violation. That's the only one, I'm like,
What was the violation?
I'd have to look it up, I don't remember. Do you remember what it was?
Can't remember, but it had something to do with the fire suppression where the gas
Yeah, was the
pumps were.
BJ's gas.
You might have to, once the short-term rental law comes into effect, then you might have to start issuing real,
You might
actually
end up doing
violations,
that.
would be my guess.
Sorry, we got off task.
But those short-term rentals are also gonna fall under the operating permits.
And are you gonna discuss if you wanted to remove R1?
Yes, I guess that one was a major change. Mike had recommended that, but we had kind of decided at our last Thursday meeting that it was a friendly amendment, since Mike recommended to remove that. That's the only major change. Mine was fairly minor, so I had no problem with removing based upon Mike's recommendation and feedback from last Thursday.
Well, the health department has a separate code. They have temporary residency code, which is a lot of what they do is different from our building and standards codes, but they do overlap. Things like your fire alarm system, your suppression systems, all that stuff, they overlap. So we could actually write them up on both of them. But if they're gonna take the lead, at this point, we never had to write anything up for R1s because the health department was in there every year. So I don't know if we need to upset the apple cart and just add more hours to
Right.
us, so.
Before we write up, we would have to inspect and find it again, or could you write up based upon this is just out of curiosity, could you write up based upon a health department notification to you?
I'm not following you, can we?
Well, you're saying that it takes away some of your work. So you say that the county health department does inspections, and if they find something, they can write them up for a violation. They notify you at the same time, correct? And so could we turn around and write them up and find them from their inspection rather than our personal inspection?
We will still go in every 3 years,
Right.
as we normally do for a fire
Okay,
inspection.
so you still do the inspection, but we're not going to be concerned with the write-ups? Is that?
Pretty much, they're going to handle, the health department will take care of most every violation.
Okay,
We'll still go in because we're required to every 3 years.
okay, so we still have to do it on top of theirs. It's not going to say the inspection time, but it's the time to write up the violation.
Yeah, because the health department, they can, for example, the Econo Lodge has, I believe, some section 8 housing.
Right,
If the Econo Lodge doesn't comply with what the health department has written them up on, they can be removed off the list.
Right.
Not receive the section 8 housing.
right, okay, all right. Yeah, it's a little more severe penalty than in the end. Okay. I still see no public here to talk within the public hearing. Is this significant enough that we need to leave it open for another meeting?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, I agree. I'm not sure anyone's really, I think if anyone who might be interested in this code would probably already be here tonight to talk about this, but basically we're doing what's required to do. We can't, there's nothing that we could change a lot based upon public hearing, we just get feedback. Okay. So I will move that we close the public hearing for proposed local law I, 2022.
I'll second.
Sue, Pat seconded. Pat seconded. Thank you.
Just to say something.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All those in favor of
Aye.
public hearing, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now, I need someone to move the resolution to adopt public hearing for proposed local law I, 2022.
No, you need the seeker.
Yeah,
Oh, the seeker. Okay, that's right. Thank you. Pesky seeker. This is a short EAF. Mike has filled out some of the information. Some of the information we will fill out during the meetings. Review part one. Did everyone look at part one? And I did find the one miss on the industrial and question, or section 4, the industrial was not checked, and Jody has corrected that on this form. I found nothing else within here to question or raise issues about. Did anyone else? Pretty straightforward. Relatively simple compared to some of the others I've seen.
for the record, Jody, the Board of Trustees is lead agency on this. Just for the record.
So do we vote to accept part ones and part twos individually?
Normally what you do is you do actually have to read through each one and answer it,
Even part one?
right? On the part.
Not absolutely necessary, you can go to part two, it's however you want to do it, there's times when we do and there's times when we don't. Everyone's looked it over, and they agree that part one is okay. Then you can go to part two, answer the questions, and then you go to the resolution.
Part two, part one is fairly short. Why don't we just read through them all and make an official record? Okay. So part one, I will skip the proposed local law. The name of action, project location is us, obviously, and brief description is the adoption of the new Uniform Code 1203 changes. Name of applicant or sponsor is ourselves, with Michael Scott as the lead on that. Mike, you don't have to provide an email for this? Okay, but you do have a phone number, okay. The address is where we are. Everything's good, okay, so we'll go to question one. Does the proposed action only involve the legislative adoption of a plan, local law, ordinance, administrative rule, or regulation? And that's a yes. If anyone has, as we're going through this, if anyone has an issue or question, please speak up. Question two, does the proposed action require a permit, approval, or funding from any other government agency? No. Section 3, total acreage is 2,963.2 acres, which would also be reflected in C because B is 0. Section 4, check all land uses that occur on or adjoining or near the proposed action. Checked were rural, industrial, commercial, residential, forest, agriculture, and parkland. Section 5, is the proposed action A permitted use under the zoning regulations? It's not applicable. B, consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan? Yes. Section 6, is the proposed action consistent with the predominant character of the existing built or natural landscape? Yes. Section 7, is the site of the proposed action located in or does it adjoin a state-listed critical environment area? No. Section 8A, will the proposed action result in a substantial increase in traffic above present levels? No. B, are public transportation services available at or near the site of the proposed action? Yes. C, are any pedestrian accommodations or bicycle routes available on or near the site of the proposed action? Yes. Section 9, does the proposed action meet or exceed the state energy code requirements? Yes. Section 10, will the proposed action connect to an existing public-private water supply? No. Section 11, will the proposed action connect to existing wastewater utilities? No. Section 12A, does the project site contain or is it substantially contiguous to a building, archaeological site, or district which is listed on the National or State Register of Historic Places, or that has been determined by the Commissioner of the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation to be eligible for listing on the State Register of Historic Places? Yes. Is the project site or any portion of it located in or adjacent to an area designated as sensitive for archaeological sites on the New York State Historic Preservation Office, SHPO, Archaeological Site Inventory? Yes. Section 13. A, does any portion of the site, proposed action, or lands adjoining the proposed action contain wetlands or other water bodies regulated by federal, state, or local agency? Yes. B, would the proposed action physically alter or encroach into any existing wetland or water body? No. Section 14, identify the typical habitat types that occur on or are likely to be found on the project site. Check all that apply. Checked are shoreline, forest, agricultural grasslands, wetland, and suburban. Section 15, does the site of the proposed action contain any species of animal or associated habitats listed by the state or federal government as threatened or endangered? No. Section 16, is the project site located in the 100-year flood plan? No. Section 17, will the proposed action create stormwater discharge either from point or non-point sources? No. Therefore, the other two questions for A and B, will stormwater discharges flow to adjacent properties? No. Will stormwater discharges be directed to established conveyance systems, parentheses, runoff and storm drains, close parentheses? No. Section 18, does the proposed action include construction or other activities that would result in the impoundment of water or other liquids, e.g. retention pond, waste lagoon, dam? No. Section 19, has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the location of an active or closed solid waste management facility? No. Section 20, has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the subject of remediation, parentheses, ongoing or completed, close parentheses, for hazardous waste? No. And then we have the certification. No discussion or questions? If not, Mike, thank you for filling that out. If not, we will move on to part 2. And I will read through these. We'll make a decision on each of these boxes. Mike, are you going to track it? I'll track it too, but just in case.
I got it on here, and then I'll have it for you to sign afterwards.
Okay. Okay, question 1. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulation?
No.
No. Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of use of land? No.
No.
Anyone disagrees, please speak up. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community?
No.
No. Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area, CEA? No. Question 5, will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway?
No.
No. Question 6, will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities? No. Question 7, will the proposed action impact existing, A, public-private water supplies? No. B, public-private wastewater treatment facilities? No. Question 8, will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? No. Will the proposed action result in an adverse change to natural resources, e.g. wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora, and fauna? Question 10, will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? No. Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? No. Now we can go to the resolution, sorry, for the proposed local law I, which will become 1122, correct, Jody? 1122. I need someone to move that and second.
I so move.
Susan moves.
I'll second.
Negative declaration.
Yeah, you'll move for a negative or a positive declaration. It'll be for a negative, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So the box will check. If you've determined based on the information and analysis above any supporting documentation that the proposed action may result in one or more potentially large or significant adverse impacts, an environmental impact statement is required. Check this box if you have determined based on the information and analysis above in any supporting documentation that the proposed action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts. We will be checking that second box. And Mike, I will sign that when you have it printed out for me. So the resolution has been moved and seconded. Is there any further
Wait,
discussion?
who moved it?
Susan moved it.
Second.
Seconded.
Seconded it, sorry.
Sorry.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. Okay. I think
Adopt it. As local law 11.
now we have to adopt it. Okay. I will move that we adopt a local law 11-22 based upon our prior comments and input. I need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Susan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that's it for the two laws. So our next agenda topic is request, I take it from John Courtney, for a budget transfer for a new pickup plow. John's not here tonight. I would like to know which pickup that would be for.
It's gonna be for his pickup.
Is that
The new
the new pickup?
2022.
Okay, new pickup. Okay. And I wanted to get some more information where I read this as we needed $4,583 to buy that plow, but that's not really true. That is what we need in addition to what we had already budgeted for a plow.
So John had budgeted 74,000 for a truck and plow, well, for a truck. And the truck was $70,341.50. The plow would be an additional $8,241. So if you were allowed him to purchase it, then we'd have to do a transfer of $4,583 to cover the cost.
What are we gonna plow with if we don't have a plow?
They have plow on everything else right now.
Do they have just one less plow than they think they need, or?
Well, I think if you just want more information, you can put it off till you have a chance to talk with him.
Yeah, we could put it off till our,
What he actually has to do is provide 3 written quotes for it, and I haven't seen any of that.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's over a certain amount. So I would propose that we postpone the decision on this until we get more information from John and try to get some quotes on the plow and find out why it's needed. Just get more information, basically, before we approve the budget transfer. Not that it's not needed, but we need to be sure that we're paying a competitive cost for that plow and not just buying one because we want one fast. So if you don't mind, we'll just postpone that till our first meeting in December and get some more information. And that's, the first meeting is December 5th, right?
I can put it on the agenda if you'd like to do that.
December 5th, yeah. Please put that on the agenda. Okay.
Can we just go over the December meetings real quick, because do any of them conflict with the holidays or anything?
Nope.
The
Yeah, 15th,
And the 15th is the noon meeting?
and then, what is it, the 19th? 18th, 19th? It's a week before Christmas.
It will be the 19th, 4 days after Thursday. 5th,
The 19th.
15th, and 19th. So
Okay.
we'll be done before Christmas. So will everyone be here at those meetings? Are you sure? Or just if you know tonight, let us know tonight, but if not, let us know as quick as possible.
I will not be at the 15th meeting.
The Thursday meeting?
Yes, I will be away that
My
week.
annual lasagna meeting.
No!
Yes.
You told me that before I planned my vacation.
So we've got Monday, the 5th. What's the next
Thursday, the 15th,
15th.
15?
noon meeting,
Oh, it's very
and
late.
then Monday, the 19th.
I think I'm going, I think I'm on Monday.
The 5th, I may be late. I'm flying in. I'm supposed to be in Elmira by 6 o'clock, so,
Oh, on the 19th,
or the 5th,
the 5th?
yes.
Okay, all right,
So Jeff may be late.
yeah. All right. Well, if you're going to be held up, text one of us, because you might not know.
Right. Not gonna
Might not know in time. Let us know as soon as you know that you
Yep.
might be late or you can't make it.
Right.
because we need a quorum here to decide anything. But this time of year, it's hit and miss.
I'll make sure I have it again.
Yeah, you can.
And I know I have
Or
Carol's
on the
now also.
19th, right? I think I'm back.
Carolyn, sorry.
Where are you leaving? When are you gone?
Oh, I'm gone the 16th
Oh, so you're here.
through the 19th, but I think we're going to New York, so I think we get in the afternoon there.
Okay.
I'll know more when I go home, because I've got it at home.
Let us know. So for the night,
It's more than 9 AM, yeah.
okay, for the 19th, okay. Yeah, just let us know and we'll work out something. So the Thursday meeting is the one that's critical because we will have to pay bills, obviously. So let's be sure that we have a quorum here for that in the conference room.
Is there a posting requirement if we change the noon meeting?
Well, yeah, I still have to post something in the paper, yes.
So you couldn't change that, like, how much time would you need if there was a week where we had to change that meeting?
Well, you would have to have 3 days, 72 hours.
That's it? Okay,
Yeah.
so it could be pushed off a week if it needed to be 1 month because
Yeah.
we couldn't get it quorum.
Or we have before had Thursday meetings, which we have canceled, and then we just did it the next Monday, because it's only 4 days later.
Right, as long as the bills,
Yeah.
no
So
bills
if-
are,
If we cancel the meeting, I do have to put it in the paper also,
Okay,
so.
72 hours in advance.
Or if it's just canceled, they do it as fast as you can, put it on everywhere, right?
Okay.
Yep.
The agenda item that was added by Jody today was, which is the last official agenda item, is to consider waiving late fees for account N6955. And according to Jody's note, the total late fees for several accounts,
No, it's for one account, but it's for 4 different, I mean, so
4 different
it had
quarters.
to do, according to her email, it had to do with signing up for e-billing.
Right.
So she was late in January, but paid that bill, but then she signed up for e-billing. Well, because she didn't understand quite exactly how it worked, she never got an e-bill. She never got a hard copy. Well, she did get e-bill, but she didn't do it right. So 3 quarters later, she decides to ask us to waive all those penalties. So.
I would suggest that we can waive one late fees. If we waive more than 1 quarter, we're setting a precedent for other people. So we should just waive that first quarter that she was late, I think, if that's okay with everyone, which is, I think,
January,
January,
2117.
yeah, 2117 for January.
I would,
That's the water, and then there's the sewer also.
Oh, so there's a late fee on the, so it
Water
would
and
be
sewer, yeah. So
water and
maybe-
sewer, 3742 would be the total that we would be waiving.
it's for January, right?
For January.
But she pays the rest, the other 3?
I hope she straightens out whatever the problem is. Is she not receiving the,
She's, did eventually call Bolton Point this week, or last week, and they straightened her out. And told her that she had not done something correctly, so.
okay, so I will move that we waive the first quarter of 2022 late fees for account N6955 in the amount of $37.42.
Second.
Susan seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I would also say that if she comes back with some sort of evidence that she didn't make an error and there was some other kind of glitch, then
The problem is that, I mean, she even said in her email to us, time got her away from her, didn't really think about
Fine.
it.
fine.
So I have the email if you'd like to read it.
Yep, okay, no, that's fine. I'm just saying, if someone in the future, there was an error that they didn't cause, then I would consider maybe more than 1 quarter.
I agree. We can at least listen to it. The thing we just have to be careful with is to not set a precedent that's my only concern.
They call Moosenbach Baker.
Okay, moving on. Mayor's comments. I really don't have any comments for tonight. I wish everyone happy Thanksgiving again. I said it last Thursday, and I still say it. Have safe travels if you're traveling anywhere, stay warm, and be sure to share any special recipes you might come up with between now and then. We'd greatly appreciate it. Oh, and I will say, and it's based upon what you said, Deborah and I went out for a movie for the first time in 2.5 years to see The Menu with, what's his name? Ralph Fiennes.
Oh, my goodness.
It is a most strange movie.
I thought you were gonna say delightful.
Which is a good thing, because so many movies now are just being rehashed or redone, but it is a. I hesitate to say
This isn't
fun, because it's kind of comedy. It is a movie you will remember.
Menu.
Okay,
In you.
I'm putting that on my list. I keep a list.
We'll blame you.
Oh, you can blame me all you want. It won't do you any good. You will still remember the movie. It's just one of those movies, who thought of this? Who thought of this thing? So I recommend that, but that's all.
You would recommend us to see it or not see it?
I was hesitant because it sounded like, oh, yeah, oh, it's another restaurant. It's not that. It's not that at all. So I recommend you seeing it. If you like quirky, dark, black humor, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Well, maybe not now.
Or wait till it's streaming and then watch it.
There, then I can just turn it off and say, sure, glad I didn't.
Not there, we got general discussion. I was about
So
to do that.
anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Anyone else? Mike?
Just want to make sure everybody knows how much work Natalie put in that 1203. I said it before, but she did a great job of that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Yeah, that was a lot of work.
Okay.
Todd's ready to go.
Motion,
Jody's been whispering in her ear.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
There you go.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion, questions?
We might question.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know.
You staying?
But you know you had one done.